When one looks out across the confusion that is life, one can see it is compartmented into 8 divisions. These are motives or motivations. They are the urges to survive. We call them the 8 dynamics. The Scientology Cross is an 8-pointed cross that represents the 8 dynamics. The first dynamic can be called the self dynamic. The first dynamic is the urge to survive as oneself, one's unique identity. This includes one's name, physical appearance, possessions, status, position, the things specific to you. The second dynamic can be called the sex dynamic. It is the urge towards survival through the sexual act and through the family unit. Next is the third dynamic, the group dynamic. This consists of such things as your school, work, or any clubs or associations you may belong to. Next is the fourth dynamic, the mankind dynamic. Whereas the third dynamic represents groups, the fourth dynamic represents all of mankind as a whole. The fifth dynamic is comprised of life forms. This is the urge to survive with the help of all life forms, such as plants and animals. Anything directly and intimately motivated by life is part of the fifth dynamic. The sixth dynamic is the physical universe. This is the universe of matter, energy, space, and time. From these, we coin the term MEST. This can be called the universe dynamic. The seventh dynamic embraces spirituality. Anything spiritual, with or without identity, would come under the heading of the seventh dynamic. The eighth dynamic is the urge toward existence as infinity. The eighth dynamic embodies the concept of a supreme being or creator. It embraces the allness of all. It is represented here by the symbol for infinity. The 8 points of the cross represent the dynamics of life through which each of us strives to survive. Your ability to achieve harmony with respect to each of these dynamics is symbolized by the Scientology Cross.